kind of want today's video to feel like a cooking show because we got the mic, we're mic'd up. It's a lifestyle, and that's exactly what I wanted from my 75 soft. Can you believe this is the last meal prep of 75 soft? We made it to the end. I cannot believe this is the last week. During this challenge, it felt like there were times where this was gonna take forever. But now that it's done, I'm like, wow, that went by so fast. Oh my goodness. Hands down, one of the best things I've ever done for myself. If you've ever been on the fence about trying it, you're not sure, trust me, do it. Just try. I'm gonna sit down and make a way more in-depth video about my thoughts and everything I've learned from the challenge. But let's just say, all in all, I highly recommend. Now for our last meal prep, I have a good one today. I have a good one this week. What do we have on the menu today? We're making beef kofta / beef kebabs. Kind of goes by a different name depending on the culture. Potato salad, barbecue chicken, corn salad, rice, chicken soup, pho inspired soup. We used rotisserie chicken from Costco. So let's get started. Let's jump in. We are starting off with seasoning our chicken legs so that can sit for a little bit. I am making a barbecue chicken. So we are gonna use the following seasonings. We got salt, black pepper. I will use a little bit of garlic powder, paprika, use seasonal. This is really all we're gonna need for our base seasonings. I kind of want today's video to feel like a cooking show. Meal prep with Chef Brittany. Like live, because we got the mic, we're mic'd up. I'm just gonna dry off the chicken legs because you want your seasonings to stick to the meat. And one thing about me doing these meal preps every single week, which have now turned into a lifestyle, I used to kind of dread them. Like, yes, it's fun trying new recipes or just, cooking for the week, but also there were times where I'm like, I just don't have that energy. I'm so tired. I don't want to do it. It just seems like a lot of too much work. But now that because I've been doing it so consistently and seeing results from it, it's a lifestyle, and that's exactly what I wanted from my 75 soft. Was I wanted to build those habits, not just to do, like the 75 hard. The rules are so much more intense, and that is definitely meant to be something that is for a limited amount of time, a restricted amount of time, hence the 75 days. But my thing was, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that was way more sustainable, because I don't want to just stop after 75 days. My 75 soft is now forever. Now, do I think I'm gonna be as on the ball as I want to be for the rest of my life? Probably not. But it's just, I've built these habits, I've done the same things. So for the most part, I've kept up with everything that I've wanted to do, all my goals, and I'm gonna pop them on the list just in case you're tuning in for the first time or you want a little refresher of what those rules were. They could come across as a little bit intense, but for me, they were definitely doable. There were definitely habits that I knew I could maintain even after this challenge was done. And for me, that was of the utmost importance. Now guys, I don't really measure my seasoning, so I kind of eyeball it and put enough so that the seasonings are kind of just covering. Ooh, that's a lot of jerk. I should have used a spoon. Okay, maybe we're just gonna have jerk chicken. Instead of barbecue chicken, we're having jerk chicken this week. That's a lot. So yeah, I kind of eyeball the seasonings that I use, but the only thing you might not wanna do is over salt. So be careful with using the salt and the seasoned salt. But because, like flavor wise, because I add the jerk seasoning in, and yes, I use the bottle. I'm not making that from scratch. I'm so sorry. So because I'm using that, it is very forgiving to get like a really nice flavor, because this is gonna carry. And even if I didn't end up dumping in almost half the bottle, I still love to use a little bit of this spice. Doesn't matter what kind of chicken I'm making. Stewed chicken, barbecue chicken. Anytime I'm seasoning chicken, I love to use just a little bit of this because it really adds some delicious flavor. And guys, depending on where you live, what brand is this one? This is the Walker's Wood. This is the one my mom likes to use and the one I normally use. We have seasoned our drumsticks. We're gonna let this sit for a little bit to soak in all that flavor. Guys, I would also love to know, please let me know in the comments, what do you love to meal prep? What are some of your easy, straightforward but very tasty recipes that you like to make to last a couple days? I'm always on the hunt for new recipes or any, food ideas, meal inspo ideas. So Flavor the chicken. Okay, beef kofta is next, so I'm gonna work on that. I will put the recipe that I used as inspo in the description box. Roughly chop all these onions. Okay, I'm going to start seasoning these onions. This is garlic powder. To be honest, fresh garlic would be good, but a little lazy right now. You definitely need to put a good amount of cumin. That's a very important spice right now. And this is coriander, dried coriander. Salt and pepper. Decent amount of salt. This smells divine. Very finely chopped up some cilantro and some parsley. I'm gonna also add in a little bit of tomato paste. This is making me hungry. Now let's add in the ground meat. Okay, and this is what it's looking like all mixed up. The oven is preheated. I set it to 400. Okay, now I'm just gonna create some lines. Perfect. Let's put her in the oven. And she's gonna go in there for 20 minutes. Kebabs are in the oven. Have some garlic and Thai chili peppers for my broth. So what I've been doing with the broth is, one, I bought the Costco rotisserie chicken. So I'm gonna cut that whole chicken up and I add that to my soup as I make it throughout the week. I wanna make the broth all at once. I'm taking this out so I don't forget. So I like to buy bone broth because it has that extra protein in there compared to just any normal chicken broth, but you can do either. So I'm gonna empty this whole container. The pan is heating up with oil, and then I'm gonna cook these up. Then I add in for flavoring. This is what makes it kind of pho inspired. You can buy the spices separately, but that is a lot of work for me. So I just bought this, like these cubes, these pho flavored cubes, the pho version of chicken bouillon cubes. So this, the ginger. That's what I'm forgetting. That is how we're gonna make the broth. It's so easy. And then throughout the week, I'll have this big pot of broth, and throughout the week, I warm up the broth, put the noodles in, put the chicken in. That's my soup. And then we got that extra 1 cup of this, has 9 grams of protein. So during my meal, I'm gonna have 9 grams of protein from this, the protein from the chicken, and the noodles that I bought also have 7 grams of protein. I don't know why, the rice noodles. Let me show you them. These are vermicelli rice flour. 1 portion of this has 6 grams of protein. For some rice, I don't know. So it's such a protein-packed meal, but I'll top it with some green onion and some cilantro. I need to buy some oyster sauce. No, hoisin sauce. A little bit of sriracha. Bro, let me tell you guys, let me tell you. Please try this recipe because it's so good. Especially, ooh, what the hell? Yeah, especially if you're someone who finds soup comforting, you're gonna love this recipe. It's definitely not a traditional pho, that's why I say pho inspired. Gonna let that kind of cook up a little bit. Alrighty, let's add this brown broth in. Ooh, I'm gonna actually add the ginger in right now. Ooh. Bussin'. Oh my god, so good. So this is basically what the broth looks like. That is what's gonna be topped on the kebabs. By just cutting these a little bit more. Sauce on top, the tomato paste kind of has a little sweetness to it. It caramelizes on top. We're gonna broil this as soon as we put the sauce on. And this topping gives it a really beautiful color. Makes it a little more visually appetizing. Broil. Look what just came out of the oven. Yeah, oh my god, does that not look spectacular? And at the same time, the chicken is in broiling. All right guys, and here is this week's meal prep. We got jerk chicken broiled in the oven, potato salad, corn salad, some rotisserie chicken that I sliced up, beef kebabs, white rice, some bone broth, soup broth, some noodles that I'm gonna make some soup with the chicken. And that is what we are gonna be eating for the next few days. And that is a wrap for our last meal prep of 75 Soft. Wow. I think I'm still gonna do Sunday meal preps every now and then because like I said, even though 75 Soft is done, I want to be meal prepping every Sunday. So there will probably be some more meal prep videos coming along. But if you've been watching my meal prep or following along with my 75 soft, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna put all the recipes that I followed in the caption below if anything piques your interest. And if you enjoyed this video and you liked what you saw and you know at some point got some meal inspo, I would love for you guys to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye.